If you would like to see which hobby I'm getting these pages ready for as part of the YouTube Collab Loop group, keep it locked right here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of sticker books, a few from Happy Planner, some of the older ones. And I also have the digital version of the Country Charm from Wrong. And I had used it maybe a couple of times before. And I'm getting ready to set up my next set of pages in the creative journal that I normally like to use. And these are some PET stickers from Journal Say. And I'm using my square journal from Archer and Olive. And this is the cover, the gorgeous one. And this is the first set of pages I had done. The theme was vision board. And I also have my tools, my gyro cut, the scissors, the tweezers, all my usual essentials. And the washi cutter from Live Love Posh along with my corner rounder. And I have a couple of sticker books from Mojo Jojo Plans to lay down my journal flat. I also have my paper clip handy. And if you like anything that you see, please make sure that you check out the description because I most likely have a discount code for you. I'm speeding up the process a bit. I'll quickly do a flash through of the entire sticker book once more for you because this was a printable version I had picked up, and I did size it in the A4 size. And I have a tutorial on how you can print and cut your own stickers if you pick up elements, either a sticker book or printables from Etsy. And I also have my sticker paper recommendations, everything in the description for you. I'm using my bone folder to make sure that I have a solid, crisp crease on the for Dutch door that I want to start with. And you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off at Archer and Olive, Live Love Posh, Mojo Jojo Plans, Planything, where some washi tapes will also come in. And as you can see, I have blown up the images quite a bit, and I'm looking for a full-sized barn that can sit right there in the middle there. And that is where I would like to start. And the theme for the YouTube Collab Loop group today is hobbies. And if you're not familiar with the concept of the YouTube Collab Loop group, stick around. I will explain a bit more in detail. And please know that if you are ever aspiring to join the YouTube Collab Loop groups, Lisa Marie, or creatively Lisa Marie as she is known on all her socials, is the lady behind all these. And you can reach out to her. I will tag her below. And I normally come and do crafty stuff, planner stuff, or stationery related, or sometimes it's crochet. I have a lot of hobbies. So trust me, it's very confusing. And I thought I have not done any gardening themed ones lately. So I thought that was a good representation of one of my hobbies. So that's why I decided to dive into this sticker book once again. And if you like to get creative in your planners or journals, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and you also turn on the bell notification so that you can be sure you do not miss out on any of the fun videos coming. So you see how I'm trying to build those elements in the central page, and that is the perfect Dutch door we can ask for because obviously I sized it, changed the orientation. With printable versions, that is a breeze. Trust me, once you start playing around with all the features, you will not feel like picking up a proper physical sticker book. And this is from Wrong. And if you're new to Wrong, You can use my affiliate link, which is in the description, which helps you get a discount. And I also earn a small cut. So it is a win-win situation. And if you are somebody who has been a customer of Wrong, then the discount code sadly does not work. But there are many affiliates out there. I'm sure you can get some discount that way too. And I'm going with this girl who is actually looking at a bowl or pint, it's called, I think, in the US. Yeah, you get different quantities by measure, right? It's already pre-measured for you. So you pick up a pint, and she's looking at a bowl or a pint of strawberries, raspberries. I believe it's raspberries. No, they are strawberries. I was just looking at the journal right in front of me. And we have this picket fence. If you have not figured out by now from my past videos, I'm obsessed with picket fences, especially the white ones. These are not white ones, but still they're picket fences. So I'm really obsessed. So I bring in the picket fences with any excuse. Any day, I'm all for it. And as you can see, that's a very fun sticker book, lots of farm content for farm elements, and lots of different veggie garden and all that. So gardening is the hobby I would like to highlight today. Let me know in the comments which is your hobby you're most fond of doing, or once you get the time, you run for it. You go for it and you love whatever you end up with. It could be sewing, it could be crocheting, it could be painting, it could be just going out on a walk, it could be any of those, or reading. And on that note, I do have reading as another hobby, and I do have my reading journal setups that I come and do every year now. It's my third year, and I'm really in love with the whole setup and the whole process, because I really got my reading habits back with that. So let's touch on the whole concept of the YouTube Collab Loop group now. If you are joining me from another person's channel, I really appreciate you stopping by, and you can see me create all sorts of fun things here. And as you can see, I'm cutting up the sticker. Sorry, I did go a bit on a detour, but I thought I wanted to touch on that. And don't be ever afraid of doing that, because you can get so creative with that. Depending on how much space you have, you can just do all sorts of sticker surgery. So if you are joining me from another person's channel, you continue on, you watch my video, you subscribe. In an ideal world, you subscribe to all the channels in the loop, you watch my video in its entirety, and you go and drop me a lovely comment, something sweet, something that you liked about the video that you saw, and something that you may have tried differently had you been in the same boat. And that is something you could do. And the next person in the loop will be linked in the description, along with the video they would have done interpreting the theme in their own unique way, because it's a whole bunch of growing YouTubers who come together, and a group is created, obviously, and we do get the theme from Lisa Marie herself, and each of us go about and interpret the theme in our own unique way, and we post our videos at the same time. So that's when all the videos drop. So by the time this drops, everything else in the loop group should have also dropped, and you can check out the next person in the loop using the link below, and just check out the video, do the same thing, and before you know, you would have reached back at the same spot where you started with. So it could be my channel or somebody else's, it doesn't really matter. But once you have landed where exactly you started, you will have completed the loop, and that's exactly what you need, and that's all there is to it. All of us here are really appreciative of every one of you who stop by, show us some love, and take your precious time to spend with us. And it's beyond words. And you can see me create the layers that will go behind the barn. And I'm talking about a proper farm out in the countryside here. And it is not an easy task. I know I do gardening on a very small scale. And if you are out in the countryside doing actual farming, please let me know in the comments. And let me know if you have some similar scenes in your neck of the woods. If you own one, do you have a friend who owns one? And what animals they have, if they have animals, or is it just farming that they do? Usually, if they do farming, especially out in the countryside, they usually combine it with some poultry and some cattle, and it just keeps the whole manure and the feed and all that. It's a self-contained kind of system. So if you have somebody who runs one, please let me know. And that is going to be the horse sneaking out from behind there. I know one of my friends, Jess, I'll tag her below. Sailorate Plans is her handle, and she loves horses. So when I was putting the horses down, be it with the girl or without the girl, I was thinking of Jess. So if Jess, if you're seeing this, a shout out to you. And as you can see, I'm using up a lot of these stickers, and you see how useful it can be when you have the whole sticker book printed, and even multiple pages for the ones that you know you will need more of. So let's bring in that vegetable patch right there. First, I thought placement is also key, right? So yeah, maybe right there makes sense. And I absolutely love how this is evolving. I don't really overthink it. So that is my first and foremost tip. And the garden, of course, needs a watering can. And we also have some of the gardening tools that can sit right there. And I thought those can be the next element of the Dutch door, because I wanted to create the vertical Dutch doors. And I also am bringing in these washi tapes, which this was part of the last subscription box, the January subscription box from Planething. And I end up taking that off, but for now, that is where it goes. And you can see me use my scissors from Journal Say. And for different purposes, you need scissors in different sizes. So I'm using the gyro cut, the older one, to cut on top of the washi tape. And then I will go to the gyro cut pro for the actual Dutch doors. So I'm just going and taking off the washi tape just like so. And that is our next Dutch door. I'm just making sure there is no extra page underneath before I cut, because it'll become an oops moment. And let us see, let's trim around that veggie patch, veggie garden, if you may. And I am taking out my scissors to finish off the flat part. And how easy was that Dutch door? And you will see how I build the layers and build the Dutch doors one door at a time until I get to a very full looking spread, which I don't mind. And when you turn the pages, you will see it is not as busy as you thought it was. I'm really loving the whole countryside. I don't think I've done something similar. And this was a very, I fell in love with the whole aesthetics of this. And Rong Rong has amazing collections, especially when it comes to unique topics like these, because I don't think there is a proper countryside farm girl and farming. And you do have some livestock as well, along with some produce. You have like a full fledged farm right there. And let's see, we did bring in some of the gardening equipments on the other side, not entirely symmetrical, but I think it'll do. And this is going to be the next Dutch door. And let's see, I'm trying to see if there is the exact same element, but sometimes it's just not there because I've done a couple of spreads earlier. And you will see me go through the sticker book. I'm flipping through the sticker book quite a bit. And I'm trying to also make sure that I don't repeat the same sticker more than once in the same page. So now let's get to these sticker books, which were from older years, and they are from Happy Planner. And my Happy Planner affiliate link is in the description. And there, as of the time of editing and filming of this video, there's a 70% of secret sale that's happening at the Happy Planner. And I would really appreciate it if you would shop through my link. And that there are some amazing deals out there. So if you don't mind shopping through that, I would really appreciate it. And this is going to be a very useful set of stickers. It's that flower patch kind of vibe when it comes to the elements it brings in. And I don't want the entire straight line to be covered in the same set of stickers. So I'm bringing in, if you have not guessed, let's bring in some special guests here. Some special ladies are waiting. So let's bring in this chicken spread. And it's mostly hens, but there are some roosters as well. And this is so fun because I've done a couple of chicken spreads earlier, and it's very uncommon to see a chicken spread in planners or journals. So it was people had really loved it. I tried a couple in the skinny classic and also the skinny mini, and that was really fun because it just brings in, you can't bring in such big clusters because there is only very limited space. Let's see, let's bring in that basket of produce that's been freshly harvested, and the chicken is right there. And I might even move, I think the corn can sit right there, and it can, the hen can be right next to it. And you see how fun and unique this is turning out to be. And let me know if you would like to see or hear about basic things or basic things you need to be watchful for, especially when it comes to Dutch doors, because I do get asked that question a lot. Where do we start and how do we start, and how do I know what to pick? So let me know if I should do a video addressing all those, because it's been in my mind that I should do something like that, but I don't quite want to do it unless there is a topic that people would really like to see a video on, because I know there are lots of videos out there, but if you would like me to do that, I can do it. Just let me know in the comments. And this is the next Dutch door, and I'm going with some really fun combinations, as you can see. And I'm also trying to balance some of the colors we have going on, if you can't see that. I really like to keep that balance going, and we will get into the writing functional boxes later. But let's first finish off some of these elements, and it is really a very, very unique sticker book, as in there are floral gardens, flower beds, and you also have proper veggie patches, as in there were two or three sticker books that came out in the same collection, same theme, and it was so unique that I picked it up from the Happy Planner website, and I believe, yeah, they used to go on sale a while back. And this is another set of the picket fence, or the trellis, as you may call them. And I'm going to have that whole bottom filled here, and I will be cutting off that edge going off the Dutch door. And you see how easy it is to kind of unfold that or take off the backing, because there is a backing, and you will see how I can just take it off. And I think I would like to start from the right side, and that's why I started there. And I'm going all the way to the bottom. And let's see, we will have these tapes go off the page, and then I will come and use the gyro cut to, I think I need something sharper because that PET sticker is thick. So that is our page. How quick was that? And let's do the same on the other page, and I will also roughly measure how much I need here. And any excess I can just trim off, and let's just put the rubber band back on. And that was part of my latest haul from Journal Say. And don't forget to use my code Priya for 8% off at Journal Say, just like the scissors and the tweezers and the paper clip and lots of inexpensive stationery you can use or bring in your creative purposes. And I'm using the washi cutter to line up the tape along the spine, going back with my gyro cut to trim off that side. And this is what we have. And that's the self-healing cutting mat, also from Journal Say. That is coming together pretty well. And let's now see what I can do to, we also have the back pages, as in there is a lot of white space in the backdrop. And I thought I did not want the apple tree to be sitting right there, but I think that'll do. And the apple tree is just so realistic. I love all the details, if I've not mentioned that enough times here. And let us see, what else do we have here? And I think we will go for some proper farm equipment, like a wheelbarrow or a tractor. All of those can be brought in, and we do have a basket of produce. And we also have enough of the bigger and smaller elements to be brought in here. And it becomes a bit of a challenge when you want to bring in a lot of the things, but then you don't have enough space, right? And I think, yeah, she can just hang out there. And we also have lots of girls, so I will be bringing in more girls in the pages even though they are in the inside pages. But I think I really love how I can use the different elements to bring in that interest. And we also have different animals that can also come in. And we have the horse, and I don't want it to be on the exact same line as the other horse. And we also have lots of those functional shapes and boxes and lots of useful stuff, right? And we have this small piggy who is just hanging out, and I think, yeah, he's just sitting on that area. And we also have lots of the hay stacks that I think will be really nice, especially next to a horse. And I think I will go dig out another one of the bales of hay, and the tractor can sit right there near the barn. So you can see me flip through the pages and fill in the elements or bring in the elements depending on the space we have. And we have those butterflies also, for especially I don't like the corners being empty. So I'm trying to see what other elements I can bring in. And I really can't wait to dive into these huge boxes, which are just perfect for the B5 journal. Since this is on a bigger side, I think it makes sense to use such bigger boxes. And this is the next. As you can see, I'm using up these elements quite well. And let's see who can come in here, and yeah, maybe right there. And we have a little more of the white space to fill before we get into the inner pages as well. And yeah, let me know if you have picked up the sticker book or any of the older gardening sticker books from the shops I mentioned. So this was Wrong, and the other sticker books are from Happy Planner. And let me know if you have picked them up, and if you have used them well, if you have used them at all, please let me know. And let me know if you have any of these animals or racing any of these animals, in fact. And I really like to do vegetable gardening and flower gardening. And back in the States, I used to have the usual summer plants. And I used to plant the perennials and the bulbs for spring. I would start, and it was a learning process, just like with any other hobby. You constantly learn. And because I moved quite a lot, even in the US, I think I had to get used to the different zones and the frost times and the seasons and what needs to be planted when. All of those are really important when it comes to the survival and maximizing on the growing time with the seasons that are available to you locally. So all of those factors do matter. And that's like a barrel, and there's a coat there. So it's like a proper farm area. And let's now trim this part. And I think I will go ahead and cut off this part. And you see how easy that is. And that's the ideal scenario. And if you have a really sharp blade, that's the easiest task. But just getting used to it might take a bit of a practice. But once that's done, you're sorted. You can have all sorts of creative things nailed. So that is our next Dutch door coming together. And there's quite a few of the produce also. I don't think that yeah, that hat cannot come in. And let's see. And let us see what other elements can be brought in. And I think that space is just perfect for that bird and that floral cluster. And this is, again, I'm trying to locate elements that will fit perfectly in the size and shape of the elements that we have available. And let's see, we have this side, and I think, yeah, the goose might have to move a bit, and we will keep adding these elements, right? And yeah, I don't think the strawberries can come in. And you see how it is looking like a very busy farm. And that's what I wanted to do. So we have lots of these girls. And since I decided to have it in different orientations, it gets really helpful. And that is going to be her right there. And that was perfect. She is coming after some harvesting. And I also have a small garden where I currently live, but the weather does not permit me to grow a lot of things because we don't have a long growing season, but I manage with what I have. And I have no complaints. I enjoy my small garden. And back home in India, we do have a bigger farm that's being managed by somebody. We once in a while we go, and it's like a proper plantation kind of thing. And it's nice that you have that flexibility, because you do need the organic stuff that you can grow in your farm. And that's what I use, because we grow turmeric, we grow black pepper. Come on, India has lots of spices, and that's what the Western world came to India for. So we definitely need our spices, homegrown, organically grown, mostly for our own use. We also share it with our family and friends who care about the organic stuff, right? Just within the family and friends and circle, we don't have a commercial license or anything, but we do have that set of produce that comes, and I make sure that I have that healthy set of ingredients for my kids and my dining table. Even my parents use the spices and produce from my farm, so that's nice to hear. And you see me cut the tapes off again, and you see how the change of that washi tape just gives it that pop of green that's so much needed. And I'm going with very simple process, as in it's a busy enough spread, and I think I will not add more textures with the washi tapes. So you see how this is all coming together. And this is the smaller set of stickers, and I think I will cut off the coat from inside there. Again, don't be afraid to do sticker surgery. And this is exactly what an example will be like. And that poor lamb, I don't think it's a proper full grown goat, I will call it lamb. And it just has been moved so many times, it has fractured its neck. But still, it is a very strong farm animal, so it's holding up pretty strong. And let's see, bringing in another small portion of the picket fence, because I told you I love my picket fences. So that's between the orchard and maybe the farmland. So let's see. And I will also do some repositioning with the other stickers we have. And I will also like to use some of the picket fence on this side, and let's see how far we can bring it, because I want that horse, poor lamb, it is being moved yet again. And the coat can also move down a bit so that the picket fence will have some more room to actually sit comfortably. And I think I will just let that finish right there at the spine. And you see how that neck is just about dangling on that body. And I think, yeah, I think he or she can just hang out there. And yeah, that looks nice. And we will also have a rake sit right there. And let's now see, we will complete the other side of the Dutch door using these red grid washi tapes from Finalizing again. And let me know if you have any of the grid and the hexagons and all those interesting pattern washi tapes from Finalizing, because Finalizing just restarted their subscription boxes. So the sub boxes drop every first of the month, and she kicked it off with the book themed one in January, and the Feb one should be coming on Feb 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's really a fun time to see what the next theme is. And you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off everything except current subscription boxes. And you see how those big boxes are just perfect for this size. And as I mentioned, this is a B5, which is a slightly bigger than the normal A5 and the other smaller sized notebooks or journals. So this is just perfect if you are somebody who likes to write big or who likes to write a lot, like me, both like me. And I'm taking off a lot of the bigger clusters also. And I will kind of bring some elements here because some clusters do have those deco elements already built in them. And I would really like to see what other points of interest can be brought in, because sometimes some of the boxes are just plain and some areas are really nice and simple. So I thought that cluster with some interesting elements in them would make the perfect sense. And now let's see what other elements can we add right there. And that is yet another component, and we are likely to have some butterflies flying around, especially since they are just perfect as fillers. And let me know how you like the setup and what hobby you would like to be represented if you are somebody who does something similar. Because creative journal is something that I really enjoy working in, and it is so therapeutic. You might think this is just too busy, too crowded, especially when you look from the front. But when you start turning the page, you will see that there's lots of room for writing and lots of possibilities, even if there is a lot of those elements that are laid down. But it is totally up to what you like to do. Just putting that strip, which I think can wait, because I also like to make sure that I don't overcrowd it, because sometimes we're all guilty of that, and I really don't like when that happens. So I think, yeah, those smaller picket fences can also come in there, and you see how that, yeah, small repositioning, and it will look perfect. And you can do all sorts of sizes and shapes, especially with the printable version. And don't forget to check out the other videos I have on my channel, because I do have lots of sizes and lots of setups, creative ideas that I have tried and shared on my platforms, because I do get asked quite a bit about horizontal Dutch doors, and I've done a lot of them. I've done and shared lots of tips on how you can get started, very beginner friendly ones to very advanced ones. And I do monthly collabs with other creative folks in the community. And I do have separate playlists for all those. And I even have a separate playlist for all the YouTube collab themes I have done. And it is always a great idea to try something new and think outside the box. So you can see me go back and add some of the filler elements that are just what pulls the spreads together. And you can see how that small bunny, I'm just trimming off some of the white part from the sticker, and it is as if the bunny is keeping an eye on that girl. Are you taking my strawberries? I think that's what the bunny is thinking. And we also have some of these round stickers which can be brought in, and this is perfect especially when you want to build clusters, because they do add a lot of dimension and depth to any spread. And I love when I can really say that I have brought in those smaller elements. See, even this one. And please find all the shops and codes and links, all that useful stuff that you will find useful when you go shopping, down in the description. And if you would like to check out the tutorial I was telling you about for the tutorial on how you can print and cut stickers, that's also in the description. And this is going to be really unique. I'm pretty sure about it. And it's just a matter of picking elements that you think will work best in the space you have. And if it doesn't, just put it back, not a big deal. And these are repositionable, removable stickers. So without much of a fuss, it will go back. And you also have a lot more options, because you do have stickers in various orientations, and that I think is a great way of bringing in the perfect element for the shape you have. And let me know if you like what you see, and please make sure that you check out the next person in the loop who is tagged below, along with their video you can watch. And if you ever want to join any of the loop groups, I think Lisa Marie has at least one that happens every week. If not, I think more than one at the beginning of each month. I'm not sure. I'm in two of the loop groups. And please reach out to her. She is the sweetest person, and she will definitely accommodate you. And she does give us the themes in advance. You can plan ahead and work your way as you schedule your videos. And let's see. And I think a couple more finishing touches and we should be good. Because I thought I was done, and then I was just flipping through the pages when I noticed that there are some really empty spaces. So that's why I decided to go and decorate the edge. And I could have written maybe gardening, or I love gardening, or whatever, because there are the alphabets also available there. But I decided to just skip that part. And I think the girls can be, no, the girls are going back. And sometimes it's just the extra time that's needed to arrive at the perfect sticker, you see. and that does make a lot of difference. And I did not want to add the barn because there's already a barn at the bottom. I almost went and did that. You saw that, right? And yeah, some of these other filler elements. And we still have a lot of stickers to go through in the sticker book. And if I need any particular page more, I think I can always go and print just that one page. And I usually have it saved on my Cricut design space. And did I tell you that you don't even need to have a cutting machine like a Cricut or a Silhouette to use the software? Yeah, that's true. So you can still use the software, just do the final cutting by your hand, but all the facilities are available for you to use. And all that can be found in the description, don't worry. And I hope you liked today's video, and hope I gave you some ideas to try in your journals. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.